Regular session on Tuesday, December 12th, 2017 at 9 a.m. in the courthouse meeting room number 2, northeast corner, 3rd floor, with 3 members present. Would you excuse me and do the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, notice to the public. Board of Supervisors welcomes comments from the public during the time allowed for discussion. You're requested to approach the microphone, state your name for the record, and limit the time used to present your remarks in order that others may be given the opportunity to speak. The normal process in any agenda item is for the chairperson to read the agenda, the item from the agenda, and the board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and/or place a motion on the floor. An opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate, and a roll call vote will follow. Beginning with item number 1, approval or amendment of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I approve the agenda as printed.
Mr. Chairman, I will second that.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Solosik?
Yes.
Patton?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Okay, item number 2 then is a public hearing. So at this point, we will open this meeting to a public hearing. Proposed amendment number SOQ-17-01 to plotting and subdivision ordinance number 10, public hearing. At a public hearing, any resident may present objections to or amendments in favor of any part of the proposed amendment number SOA-17-01 to ordinance number 10, plotting and planning ordinance. Were there any written comments?
There were not.
None. And I assume no oral comments. Anyone here this morning have any comments? And what did you count?
6.
There are 0 written comments, questions, or objections on file in the county auditor's office. Of the 0 individuals, or of the 6 individuals attending, 0 individuals presented oral comments, questions, or objections to the hearing. So at this time, the chair would entertain a motion then to close the public hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I motion that we close the public hearing at 9:02 a.m.
And I second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Not, roll call vote, please.
Solosik?
Yes.
Patton?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Motion has carried. Number 3 then is the waiver suspension of second reading of the amendment of the ordinance number 10, plotting and planning, or plotting and subdivision, discussion and possible action to waive a second reading of amendment to ordinance number 10, plotting and subdivision. The chair would entertain a motion to this effect.
Mr. Chairman, seeing as how we have no written comments nor oral comments at any of our meetings, I would motion to waive the second reading of this amendment to ordinance number 10 by a majority of the supervisors pursuant to Iowa Code Chapter 331.302, subsection 6A, and hold the third reading of ordinance amendment number SOA-17-01 at the regularly scheduled Board of Supervisors meeting held on December 12, 2017.
Is there a second?
And I would second.
If there's no discussion on this, roll call vote, please.
Solosik?
Yes.
Patton?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to waive the second reading has passed. Then on to item number 4, which is resolution 2017-0052, third and final reading of the amendment of SOA-17-01 of ordinance number 10, plotting and planning. I'm having trouble this morning, plotting and subdivision. Third and final reading of proposed amendment, SOA-17-01, plotting and subdivision ordinance number 10 of Marshall County, Iowa. Any discussion or questions, gentlemen?
Just a simple point of order. This is a resolution, but our motion is we would be doing the third and final reading. Typically, you would adopt a resolution, but we would approve the third and final reading. Just a point of order. How would you want that stated? To adopt or approve?
Well, I think we have to approve the third and final reading.
Yep.
That's my point. Steve?
Yep, I would agree.
Okay.
Any further discussions on this? This is, the reason for doing this is just fixing some typos and some texting that were incorrect. We're not really changing things in a big way.
Well, it's really just cleanup.
Yep. Any further questions or points? Not, the chair would entertain a motion then to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion to approve the third and final reading of the amendment number SOA-17-01 to plating and subdivision ordinance number 10, the second reading of amendment number SOA-17-01 to ordinance number 10 was waived by majority of the supervisors pursuant to Iowa Code Chapter 331.3026A at the regularly scheduled Board of Supervisors meeting on December 12th of 2017.
Mr. Chairman, I will second that.
Moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Solosek.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes,
Thompson.
Yes.
this motion has been approved. Moving on then to the consent agenda. The consent agenda is made up of item number 5, approved minutes from regular session of December 5th, 2017. Item number 6 is accept the 2017 Weed Commissioners Report. And item number 7, to approve the claims and approve claims as audited and authorize the county auditor and recorder to issue payment of the same. Listing the claims paid at this meeting, and all claims paid in the month of December will be published as part of the first meeting in January.
Mr. Chairman, I would motion that we approve the consent agenda as printed.
And I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. If there's no discussion or questions, roll call vote, please.
Solosek.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Okay. Motion has been approved. Item number 8, approve personnel actions. Here we have an opportunity to hire another courthouse security individual, and this has been one of our goals for our courthouse security plan. And this is to hire Tracy William Anderson, Sheriff's Office, courthouse security part-time, rate of pay is $16.38 per hour, effective December 12th, 2017.
Mr. Chairman, I would motion that we approve this personnel action hiring Tracy William Anderson, Sheriff's Office Courthouse Security part-time. The rate of pay is $16.38 an hour, effective December 12th, 2017.
Is there a second?
And I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion here?
Known Tracy for a number of years. He was a former police officer with Marshalltown. He will bring substantial experience to our organization, and just would like to welcome him aboard. Quality individual.
Is this one of the requirements to be a part-time security person?
They need to be able to get into the reserve as far as the sheriff's department, and at that point they would have had to have gone through some training.
Mm-hmm.
But because these individuals kind of go beyond a lot of it, because they will be armed, it makes it much easier for the sheriff to handle them if they do come from a law enforcement background and have gone through the academy and training.
Okay.
Will this be the fourth
This
hire?
this brings us to 4.
Okay.
which is what the supervisors have budgeted. I know the sheriff's intent is to maybe possibly acquire a couple more so that they might have 6 people that they can rotate through those 4 positions as you know, their schedules necessitate.
Any further discussion? If not, the chair would entertain a motion.
Already have.
Already, my fault.
It's roll call time.
Hit roll call. If there's no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Solosik.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Okay, this motion has been approved and passed. Moving on then, public forum. Is the time set aside? What am I doing?
Item 9.
Pardon?
Floating
Item
holiday,
9.
number 9.
Oh. Thank you. Item number 9, floating holiday for 2018. Discussion and action is setting the floating holiday in 2018 for Marshall County employees. I didn't mean to skip that, folks. That looks bad. I didn't mean to do that.
It's okay.
He's ready to go.
Yeah. The chair would entertain a motion for item number 9.
Mr. Chair, I would motion that we set Monday, December 24th as the date for the floating holiday in 2018.
And I would second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we set the floating holiday to December 24th, 2017. Any further discussion?
Did talk with several of our departments within the courthouse, both down in the treasurer's office yesterday, the auditors and recorders, and it was without question. The
That's the
majority of the individuals all thought that the 24th would be good. It's a Monday, Christmas is gonna fall on Tuesday, so this probably makes the most sense.
Lucas, you would probably be here anyway that day, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I don't listen.
So it really wouldn't have any effect on
Yeah.
you.
It doesn't bother me at
Yeah.
all.
Well,
Okay.
we never know what the state is gonna do with the court system.
True.
They don't follow our calendar.
There will be a time in January when we're here and they're not here, and vice versa. So, that happens. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Solosik.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Okay, motion has been approved. Now, item number 10. Public forum is a time set aside for the public to make comments on topics of county business other than those listed on this agenda. No action will be taken on any of these topics brought up in the public forum. Anyone here who wishes to take the mic? Kim?
Kim Elder, Marshall County Emergency Management Coordinator. I just wanted to report back on the LIMS Commission, the Local Emergency Management Commission. We had, I think you had tabled the 28E for the county 911 emergency communications levy. That's a mouthful. We did the same. I just wanted to report back and let you know that we are waiting. We have a special meeting December 27th so that we can revisit that. So if any more information comes back to us, then they'll move on from there. So our LIMS Commission basically took it back to their individual cities. The commission is made up of the mayor of every city in the county, one of the board of supervisors, which Bill sits on, and the sheriff. So they have gone back, and they didn't have any questions for the board of supervisors. I presented the minutes. So.
At the meeting that we tabled that, we had substantial citizen input. Were there anybody that showed up to make comments under public comments there?
We didn't have any public comments there. We did have some questions from some of the mayors that had not been at either the Marshalltown City Council meeting or the Board of Supervisors meeting, so they weren't aware of what had gone on. So we explained each of those steps, and also at the 911 meeting, some of them don't attend. They work different shifts, so they sent a representative, so they wanted to confer with those.
Kim, it was kind of my feeling in being there. The reason they wanted to table it was they didn't think that they understood.
Yep,
The
that's,
program.
that's kind of what I felt too. And we brought the information, we being Bill and I, there was a visual booklet that we had sent out, or handed out at the 911 board meeting so that people could better understand the 911 board and the 911 commission, which if that 2080 went through, there would be two separate entities, explaining that, explaining the levy, explaining how it works. So we did a little bit of that too at this commission meeting, just to bring some of the people that weren't familiar, unfortunately, up to speed. So they were going to take those back to their cities. Unfortunate that they weren't up to speed. We tried to send out a lot of information, and we had a lot of meetings before then. But yeah, that's kind of where we're
Not all
at.
the mayors were there, they sent other people.
Right, sometimes they
I
do.
think those people who they sent just weren't up to date yet.
Yeah, yeah.
And nothing against them.
No, no.
And we did volunteer to come to their town or their meetings
Yep.
and help them.
We did, yeah.
Some said they wanted that,
Yep.
so.
Haven't heard back yet from them, but many of them haven't had their council meetings yet. So, like I said, special meeting on the 27th. We'll see if there's any action there. And then we won't meet again as a commission until February unless they call another special. So, just wanted to update you where we were at on that.
There is no time frame on this.
Somewhat
Well,
there
there
is,
is kind of.
yeah, yeah.
There's set times. Kim has to have the budget. And the budget for 911, it's just one line. And it's salaries and benefits.
Yeah.
And, but she has to have that.
In place by
Right.
the end of June.
Well, yeah, my budget publishes on January 23rd. The state has to have the budget by the 28th of February. Ours is a little earlier than others, the EMA commission. Yeah, and then with the other 28E being final, because it was, I guess, I don't know, not canceled, but whatever you would call it, it will end. The other 911 2080 will end on June 30th.
Correct.
So something has to be done, whether this is or not. So there are some deadlines there that we need to meet. I don't know if I can amend that part of my budget, so I don't know if that's an option. I've actually contacted the state to see, if there's a decision made after our budget is sent in, whether we can insert that, because like Bill said, it zeroes out on my budget. It comes in as a revenue and goes out as an expenditure, and nothing really comes into the EMA. It just comes in, goes out, back to the 911 commission if that's formed. So, okay,
Any more questions for Kim?
thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other ones?
Just quickly, I wanted to make sure, so for the resolution, the third reading was approved. Is it going to be enacted now?
Yes.
Okay, it is, okay, gotcha.
Anything else? Item number 11, adjournment. The next regular session is December 27th, 2017 at 9 a.m. All business to be acted upon at that session should be submitted to the county auditor and recorder office or Board of Supervisors office by Thursday, December 21st, 2017 at 1 p.m. There being no further business to come before the board, the meeting is adjourned at 9:18 a.m.
Oh, you
Thank you
opened
for
it with
coming.
such a